night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. Two 1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They'll swing this complete out to Hill, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Hurt. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Our first carry for Najee Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Hurt. He's going to air one out. And this is caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great play there. 40 yards. And the Steelers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Antonio Gibson, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Let's go now.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the ex-Dolphin, Mika Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Off play action. Hurt. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On second down, Peterson. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be 4th down.
Simple drag route here. Lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And the Steelers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Harris running straight ahead. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Back to throw. Hurt. He finds his man. Complete. That's Peterson. He's going to have the 1st down and more than that. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. 1st down. Here's a run with Peterson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Looking to throw. Hurt. He finds his man. Complete. That's Peterson. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun. Hurt. He's got this to Pickens. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 24 yards.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then. And now after that completion there, they've got a 1st and goal.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He finds his man complete. That's Ford. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Throwing on 1st down. Hurt. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quality coverage that time. The slowdown was been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, it's a give to Peterson. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
To throw on 3rd down. Hurt. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10. To throw again. Hurt. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. Nice third down conversion at even 20 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Keon Crossan. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something. Being shut out right now, they could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 69 yards. And the Dolphins get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Back to the air on second down. Hurt. He finds his man complete. That's Ford. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some...
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill, and they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
On first down, he'll drop to throw, escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. He'll get that out wide to Waddle. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Jalen Waddle, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Hurt. His throw incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw, no shot.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. On the give, this is Harris. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun. Hurt. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
He'll definitely say that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. In motion, Hill. Back to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Noah Igbinoghene. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
But such a costly interception. Nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Off the RPO, he completes it. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Miami. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Gibson will score. Touchdown, Miami. So what a comeback here. They look like they might be down and out not too long ago, but they have rallied back to take a 4th quarter lead.
And I think we've got to give them nothing but credit for figuring things out on the fly, because mentally they were on the ropes ready to go, and they hung in there. They made some changes and adjustments, and that led to some big plays, and it turned this game on its ear.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's the defense as a whole, all locked in with each other.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
If they're able to come back to tie or win this game, I think this is a play that we're going to look back on as the game changer. They really changed the tone of what the opposition wanted to do when they're trying to run some time off the clock and add to its lead late in this contest.
They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And his throw here is incomplete.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. They'll drop to throw. Pressure comes and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing, the O-line coach will.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Hurt. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. A little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick six.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down. Operating from the gun. Hurt. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
From the gun on third down. Hurt. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Buying time to his left.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Operating from the gun. Hurt.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Going for the deep ball. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Keon Crossen. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Down under 2 minutes to go. in this football game. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. It's a big play. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw, as this play will stand as is. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And a short gain here down to the 22. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
They'll try the left side with Gibson.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big 2nd half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the